I have started multiple startups before and almost all of them has failed. So let me share the reason why those startups fail with you. So my name is Rafael Tadessa and I'm software engineer. I've been working on my own personal startups and projects for the past 1.5 years. And I'm going to share with you that the lessons that I learned from those startups, the failed ones, and the current projects that I'm working on. So make sure to watch the full video. So the first startup was named Kaliles Demas. It was a learning management system. It was my first project ever. Back then, I was back at the university here. Then the project was about facilitating a better way of communication between parents, the teachers, and directors, school directors, even including the students. So the problem I was trying to solve was that here in Ethiopia, schools here have a poor communication between parents and directors, even the students. So I was trying to solve that problem, that specific problem. Then I've developed the project. I don't have that much programming skills back then, but I built the project anyways. Then I went to the local education minister here in Ethiopia. Then it was approved, so I was able to try to sell the project to other schools. Then what went wrong was that I didn't do any competitor analysis before. So when I went to schools to sell the project, there was other competitors who were already in a progressing sales with that specific schools. So it was hard for me. The common mistakes I made during this project was that I picked the wrong team for the sales part. I mean, I built the project by my own. The programming part, the designing part, the interface part, everything. I built it by myself, but I wasn't that good when selling projects or selling products. So I went to my friends and we formed a PLC so that we can sell the project legally. Then the specific problem in here was that I picked the wrong team. We tried to sell maybe to 3 or 4 schools here. Then the 3 pitches went completely wrong. So we didn't get any active sales or any successful sales. So they were frustrated and they began to back down. So picking a specific team was the first problem that I encountered. I mean, that's the specific lesson I've learned from this project. I didn't pick the right team for the project. So the next one was I didn't do any competitor analysis before building the project. I'm saying that because when I tried to go to schools and trying to sell the project, the first thing that they mentioning was they already have a learning management system. So already some banks, I think 2 or 3 banks here, were giving the learning management system so that the schools can pass their money through there. So I didn't do any competitor analysis, what features those competitors have and what am I going to bring to the market. So it was hard for me when I tried to sell the project. So the specific lesson I learned from this one was that before starting a project, even before even writing any specific one line of code, someone should have to do a market research, including the competitors, what competitors are already engaged on that specific market, and what problems are solving, and what am I going to bring to the market that's something new to the market. So I encourage you to do that also, because I faced a lot of issues and problems during that stage. So make sure to do that. And the third thing that I faced during the first project was that I learned this one the hard way, because it was my first ever project. I mean, before that project, I was just exercising with some minor projects like a sign-up page, a login page, just a dashboard, those kinds of things. And when I built the project and we went to a school and we tried to test the project in that specific school, and so many things were going wrong. Like the dashboard was not functioning well, the server was overloading, and the specific thing that I learned from this one was before just going to any production stage approaches, everyone should have to test the project or test the codes, the servers, everything in local or in development environment. In my case, I should have tested the project before going to the schools, like giving the project for free to test it out. So that's the specific lesson I learned from this one. So the specific lessons that I've learned from the previous projects was the first one is everyone should do a marketing research, like doing a computer analysis or doing other researches before starting that specific project. In my current project I do a computer analysis and I will collect some feedback before starting the project. Let's say my current project is it's a social network which connects people with a shared interests. So before starting anything, I went to some users and I collected some feedbacks, like what kind of problems do they face in any professional field. So I get that feedback, then I tried to implement those feedbacks on the project. So everyone should do a computer analysis and some other researches before start doing or start building that specific project. So that's the first case. And the second one is picking the right team has an essential role in building any specific project. As I mentioned before, in my first project, picking the right team was the main problem that I faced. So be careful when you pick a co-founder, any development team, like a programmer or a marketing guy. So be careful when you do that, because those guys have an essential role on your projects. So when you pick a person for your team, be cautious. Do a research about them, ask what were their previous projects, so make sure to do that. In general, what I recommend people is before starting any project, have a plan, like where should the project go, what's the next milestone. So make sure to have a blueprint for the project to go, otherwise it's going to be like a random thing. So you should have goals, you should have plans for the project to go, what are the specific milestones the project is going to reach, and what are the next features, what are the investors expecting. And if you don't have any investors, it's okay. If you are bootstrapping, you should have a blueprint to just what are the next iteration features, what should I do next, when am I going to scale. So make sure to have those things planned. So that's it for the first video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like the content, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. I'll see you next time.